talked about the same thing yesterday, but
Yep.
just keep winning in different ways.
Yep.
What does it mean for this club to be doing that this late in the season?
Yeah, I mean, I just really excited about the growth of Ashton Danley from last year to this year in big moments. Being able to execute different locations and different speeds is huge for us. Annabelle from Friday to Sunday has been great for us too. So just kind of seeing some trends that are going to help us, win series, and if we're lucky enough to sweep them, which is great. I think the length of the season sometimes can mentally get after kids. So PC Kennedy Harp starting to work some walks and then get some singles. So just their ability to kind of stay in it, and then, get the outcome, that we need for our journey. So yeah, it's been pretty cool.
Did you go and get Julia because how that first inning just took so long and was kind of dysfunctional?
Yeah, I mean, she just wasn't able to plant. So she's a big one on that side of the rubber. Sometimes as a lefty, like you would plant, but she was sliding a little bit. So when you're trying to power a ball up in the zone, you've got to be able to use the ground force, and just wasn't able to do that. So, and I think when you're down 3, that's when we want to keep it so that we can try to get ourselves back into the ball game. So yeah, she'll be back on the horse and fine. But yeah, I think the field had a little bit to do with that today. Yeah.
With the delays in the beginning and throughout the game, were you worried about her playing and slipping, like on the mound or on the batter's box? Was it just too muddy? So that's
I mean, for pitching wise, like, when your plant foot goes down, one, you want to feel comfortable that it's going to stay there and not slide. But I think for rise ball pitchers, sometimes you're really using that ground force to get underneath it. So it really affects your ability to get to a zone on that side of it, where, Annabelle's a little bit more down and can kind of come across. So you don't need it as much, still need it. But, and then, yeah, definitely at the plate, that's what they were talking about. I don't think we had too much of problems at the plate, but they definitely recognized that down the third base line. But I mean, you just bring everyone's minds together and try to do what we can do. And it stopped raining a little bit, so it gave us a little chance to get through it. And once you get to the 5th, then it's a complete game, but then it opened up for us to be able to play. So
Grounds crew did a good job today. Right?
They did, yeah, they did, yeah. So, sometimes in Tallahassee, we know it doesn't show up that it's going to rain. All of a sudden it's raining, and that's just the way it is down here. So I think we know our field, and we just had a lot of moisture built in it. And so even if we tarped, it would have just pulled the moisture up. So we just had what we had, and we had to deal with it today. So, yeah.
Can you talk about Andy coming up after that delay, and then she delivers with the bases loaded? How big was that?
Yeah, huge. Again, the length of a season. You start this beginning of the season, you talk to a team like this beginning lineup will not be the end lineup, right? Like, there is a reason why you have so many people on a roster, is because you got to ebb and flow and figure out, how we're going to make sure that, one, defensive we're good, healthy we're good, righty swings, lefty swings, all that kind of stuff plays. So Annie's just been grinding it out. She's a grinder, and she transferred here to be challenged, and she's been challenged, and she's met it. And you can't. Any sports fan's a fan of that moment right there. So, but yeah, I think the cool thing too is, again, you hear that whole dugout just all about it, and I think we've just got really good synergy with the team right now.
How big was the moment when Enfield picked off runner at second?
Yeah.
It seemed like NC State was threatening to take the lead again.
Yeah, huge, like sneaky the ninja style right there, where like Annie Potter sneaks in the backside, and I think the athleticism plays pretty big there for us with Annie on the backside of it. But yeah, I mean, all those moments are big. It's just anytime you can change. When we talk about Uncle Mo, and he's like creeping to the other side, you can pull him back in your dugout. So anything that starts to go their way and you can shut it down and pull it back, it's huge for us. So there's going to be so many times during a game you can feel that, and if we can mentally stay in it and pick those 60 feet and get rid of them, that's really big for us. So that was a big one. Yes.
Is cleaning up minor defensive miscues the one thing left for this team to kind of be who they need to be?
Yeah, I think, if we can get some time to build in, to have some off time to give us some little health. And yeah, if we can play some catch in the outfield and infield, right? Like seeing that gap somehow. We got to address that. Post-game talked about it. We got to address it. We got to talk about it and figure out how we're going to get better with it. So I think, we rotate some swings out there, and maybe not some defense, and maybe defense later. So how comfortable are we with our people? Maybe that's the first thing. Is our communication not good? Like, we just need to address it. And yeah, I mean, we've had 2 or 3 of them. You're talking a 1, 2, 3 inning, and now all of a sudden you got runners on and you're seeing other people. So just in our game management, we definitely got to clean that up.
Issa Torres last night, she did a walk-off, against NC State, ironically. She did this last year against NC State. I'm sure as a coach you wouldn't like for your team to win by a walk-off, because it is kind of stressful. But how important is it for just momentum and team bonding to get a win like that? Yeah,
I think the one thing that I have learned and have seen in the journey right now of the season is Issa's the same no matter we're up by 10, down by 10, tie ball game. She just really relies on her tools. Do I go to a bunt? Do I need a ball in left field? Can I get after a big swing? She really understands her abilities, and she's just playing no matter what. And I just really appreciate that about her right now. So yes, big moments for us, but she is the same all the time right now. And as a sophomore, that's just really, really cool as a coach to see. Yeah.
You had good crowds all weekend. How much
Yeah.
are you looking forward to
Yeah.
Florida and Wednesday and what this place can be like with
Yeah.
2 top 8 teams?
Yeah, the Plex when it gets going, it's awesome. And I just think you got the left field, the street. It's just such a cool stadium environment, and it gets going. So yeah, Florida's going to be great. They're a great ball club. They're having a great season. We're doing the same. What a great opportunity for us. And then with UVA coming in here this weekend, and they didn't have such a good weekend, but they got it all together too. So any team is dangerous too right now, and they got good pitching and hitting and defense too. So yeah, and I think people are enjoying the other than today, the spring weather. It's been outstanding, right? So who doesn't want to be out here and have a cold soda and get after a good ball game? So yes.